And a very good evening to you. I am Griffin Epstein, joining you from Luchessi Field as the Sonoma Academy Coyotes take on your Petaluma Trojans in varsity girls soccer. This is a big Friday night match. The Trojans, this is their third to last regular season match, but they should have it tough against Sonoma Academy, currently sitting half a game back of the Trojans in third place at 9-2. The Trojans still have a shot at the SCL title. They're a game and a half back. They're going to need to win this one and then win their next two next week, which shouldn't be much of a problem against Healdsburg and Pioneer, and then hope that Sonoma Academy and Sonoma Valley will beat Annalee next week. But right now they're focused on this one, and the Trojans last Friday night, this game was on our YouTube channel, a 0-0 draw against Annalee, but they have turned up the scoring in their first two games of the week. They destroyed El Molino 5-3 and then tied with Sonoma Valley 2-2 on Wednesday. So after Clara Garcia's virtuoso performance on Friday night against Annalee that helped the Trojans to a 0-0 draw against the undefeated Tigers, they have given up some goals, but the offense has picked up, which is big. They're going to hope to get a good balance of both, and they're going to hope that Kendra Berry is healthy as well. She got hurt in the Annalee game, but she will be back out there tonight, and we'll see how Garcia does as well. Sonoma Academy has had a fantastic season in their first year in SCL. They're 11-4 and 2 overall. They are 9-2 in league, and their only two losses on the season are they lost to the Trojans 2 weeks ago on a Monday night up in Santa Rosa, 2-0. The Trojans were really outplayed in that first half, but they really out-tired the Dragons, and they got a 2-0 victory, both goals late in the second half. And the first time that Sonoma Academy played Annalee, they fell 1-0 in Sebastopol. That return match will be next week. We're just moments away from the opening kickoff, so stay tuned. We have Petaluma Varsity Girls Soccer taking on the Sonoma Academy Coyotes. It should be a fun one under the Friday night lights here at Luchessi Field. Right, we are just about ready to go. They had about a 15-minute delay here due to the third ref taking his time to show up, but there certainly was some crosstown traffic on this really enjoyable Friday night. Weather was fantastic today in early February, 72 degrees, and it is still a pretty nice evening compared to last Friday night when the Trojans were at Annalee, and it certainly felt like winter. It was about 40 degrees out, about 60, and barely a trace of wind tonight as we get ready to go here. Sonoma Academy and Petaluma. Trojans' penultimate home game as well. 90 minutes of soccer. We're underway. Herman starts it, the captain, and it deflects, and it will be Trojan ball here to start. Coyotes' best win of the season, two best wins, defeated Sonoma Valley 2-0, who's in fourth, and gave the Trojans quite a fright on Wednesday. 2-2 draw, and Trojans played Sonoma Valley earlier in the season, and they won, but not until overtime, 1-0 in the second overtime period. Turnover there, Trojans with some offense. They've really been doing well offensively, and they have out wide Delaney Johnson. It's crossed in and held on by the keeper. Trojans get it right back. That's the good offense that Coach Deegan Babala wants to see from the Trojans. Goalkeeper is Gabrielle Tuckman for the Coyotes, and one of only three seniors. This is a very young Coyotes team, and their first year in SCL, only in SCL in girls soccer, due to they would be in, it's going to be Trojan ball, they would be in NBL 1 normally. In all their other sports they are, but due to their girls soccer team being so good and NBL 1 playing in the fall, where the smaller leagues still play, the big leagues like SCL and NBL play in the winter now. So they decided to make the move to SCL. With 7 teams, there was an open spot for them, at least for this year. Realignment next year. So they have done well in SCL with a young team, and they have a lot of history. They completely dominated NCL 1. including winning NCS last year when everyone was playing in the winter, deflects off a Trojan, and we're going to see the first corner of the night to the Dragons. Strong aggressiveness to start here. Quillamon, the sophomore, will take it. Apologize for any heads flashing through, but there are some small children doing laps around the field tonight. Don't know who prescribed that punishment. Sent in dangerously, and Sarah Mugadam, who might be the best header on the Trojans, able to head it away. Apologize there for the supporters in the way. Trojans trying to get it ahead, looking for Melissa Rocha, who got a foot on it, but nothing more. And the Coyotes clear it. Ball control is pivotal, especially for the Trojans, and they struggled at points against the Tigers to do it, and that really led to some goal-scoring deficit. Was a big help, though, in their last two games. They've been able to put points on the board, 5 against Elmo, 2 against El Molino. However, Clara Garcia hadn't allowed a goal coming into the game on Monday after a great Annalee performance. Hadn't allowed a goal since that Annalee defeat. It had been 6 games, but now she's given up 4, and the defense may be a little tired from the wear and tear of the season and a lot of winning for the Trojans. So the Coyotes are going to try to find some holes, and this would be a statement victory, really huge for them. They sit currently ranked 6th in NCS. Is that one unable to be handled by Olivia Rubin, another sophomore. Clara Garcia gets to it with ease. Cleared right back in. See the Dragons coming out here, the stronger team. Good ball control. Whistle and a foul. It will be Dragon ball. Thank you. Free kick for the Dragons. Chris Seamer, longtime head coach of the girls soccer program, and he's really built a powerhouse with a school that doesn't have as many sports resources as that one was sent in very dangerously. The cross was perfect. Jordan Rigney, only a freshman, was right there, but she just could not get her right foot on it, and she would have had a great chance on Clara Garcia to strike first here. About 5 minutes going here in this first half. Trojans happy to see Delaney Johnson back from an illness. She's been out for a while. Trojans are just clearing it away here. However, if you can get Rocha on a run, a breakaway, that could be huge for them. She has so much speed, but her touch has been an issue all season long, and she just hasn't been able to finish at the net. She had a golden opportunity against Annalee last Friday night. Again, if you missed that game, either of the Annalee games, we were at both of them, and the full games are on our YouTube channel with play-by-play interviews. Especially that last one. Last 10 minutes of that were a classic. As the Trojans trying to move it forward here with Hazel. Great defense. Quickly turn it back over. That was Rigney with the steal. Active freshman so far. Trojans trying to get some ball control going with Hernandez. Trojans are most experienced, a lot of upperclassmen that are juniors, but they only have 1 senior on their team. Still the Coyotes with just 5. Headed forward by Crysdale. The give and go. Try to force it into Johnson. She comes out. I'm sorry, that's Hazel. Comes out with it. Johnson on the other side. And Kendra Berry is not playing tonight. Had that really rough injury against Annalee last Friday night with her leg. She couldn't even walk barely. She was in tears during that game with her injury. And not healthy enough just yet. But the Trojans would love to have her back for NCS, currently projected as the 3rd seed in NCS Division II, Annalee number 1. They were 2 before their loss, or their 2 ties, but Kennedy from Fremont has surpassed them. The Max Prep projected rankings, those are always a little bit off as Dragons try to get it in again, but no one on the other end will head out. Free kick for Clara Garcia. 10 minutes in. No score. Trojans trying to keep their SCL title hopes alive. It's been some time since they last won an SCL title. Soma Valley really had a grip, but they lost a lot of players. Not as strong, but they've given some trouble to the Trojans. Defending league champs aren't going to be able to defend it this year, as the cross was well over and out. Good probing, though, so far by Sonoma Academy. And I continue to control it. Good steal there by Crysdale. She's got Racha on the outside. Now can Racha develop something? Melissa Racha with her twin sister Amanda also on the team on the defensive end. Both star sophomores. But Melissa with more speed, I think, than anyone else on the field for the Trojans. And it's just cleared back. Not great ball control yet. Very dangerous. And the the Coyotes are just able to clear it. But that's the probing bulk of possession you need. Try to get opportunities going. You know, they have to feel more confident offensively after the last few games. Granted, the first one against Elmo, but against the Sonoma Valley team that still has a lot of experience and a lot of prestige, they were able to put up 2. Of course, unfortunately, they gave 2, so that put them a half a game back of the Tigers. They were a game back prior. Outside to Johnson. She couldn't get to it, the junior. Actually, I think mistake there by the Coyote. Touched it. And keeps it Trojan ball. Madison Glenn on the touch. Coyotes looking for their 10th league win. Trojans have 8, but 2 ties. Only loss was a 2-1 loss to Annalee. Their first game of the SCL season here at Luchessi Field. Game on our YouTube channel as well. And in that one, the Trojans really dominated for about 70 minutes of that one, but sort of an opposite of what happened when they went up to Santa Rosa to play Sonoma Academy. They really fell apart in those last 20 minutes, and Annalee put 2 on the board to win it 2-1 here. Is best offensive momentum so far of the night for the Trojans. 10 minutes in. Johnson so far has done a good job. The right wing very physical, well blocked. Now sent in, but nothing really doing. Tuckman handles it well. And the Trojans are hoping for not such great goalkeeping as they saw last week from Bazzano of the Tigers. She was spectacular in net. And now a breakaway here. Great play by Starkey to get back and steal it. It looked like the Coyotes might have a one-on-one with Clara Garcia. Johnson calling for it. Wonderful touch by her, but Coyotes look very quick to the ball. Now another chance here. Too many Trojan defenders, though. It's a maze to get through. Starkey again with a nice deflection. She's played nice defense so far tonight. This back line can be very hard to crack for the Trojans when it's working wide and they're right and they're all just working together seamlessly, and that's what happened against Annalee. They put a spectacular push together in that second overtime period, and it was thrilling. I really encourage you to watch it. Clara Garcia was brilliant, but the Trojan defense hold taut when they were really just under a barrage of offense by Annalee, who played really a unsurpassed 10 minutes we've seen by any SCL team all season. It was remarkable. They just could not find the back of the net. Sent in. Starkey again. She is playing well out there with the header, clears it away. And now calling for Johnson, she puts on the Jets, but the Jets are not enough to get that pass a little too far. Coyote ball. Coyotes are coming off a 7-0 victory over Healdsburg on Wednesday, and we mentioned those 2 impressive 2-0 victories over the Dragons of Sonoma Valley, and they had one of them at Sonoma Valley on Monday. This is a defense that can really play, but they've shown the potency to score as well. They put 10 on, Healdsburg's pretty bad, but whenever you put 10 goals on a team, that's pretty impressive no matter if you're playing, no matter who you're playing. Trojan's trying to get it around the wings. Push forward that way. That's no going down the middle. It's just not a recipe for success against these top teams. And with Rocha out there, so talented, so skilled. Raw still at points, but only a sophomore. She's going to develop into something special, and the Trojans will be special again next year in the Vine Valley League, heading into a new league. Get almost everyone back except for one senior. Just the more experience is going to help only more. No score here, 13 minutes gone. Dragons with a chance here. Well played by Starkey. She just will clear it away. Johnson couldn't get to it. She's doing a lot of running early here. Mentioned conditioning, especially late in this game, is going to be important. Who's running the least amount is a nice play by Amanda Rocha to make it there. Really aggressive play there. Johnson was trying to get it forward, but it was Madison Glenn, one of the 3 seniors on this team, that would not let her. She would not give up an inch to her farther down, heading towards the Trojan side of the field. Trojans stayed pretty far back most of this night. Pretty conservative as Dragons just clear it out. Fair amount of supporters from both sides here on this very pleasant night, as that will be off. Shirley, another senior on the Coyotes. Hannah Herman's going to get more playing time with Kendra Berry not out there. Really the leader, Kendra Berry, the captain for the Trojans. But Barrett, who had a great game on Friday defensively against Danley last Friday, and Herman, the 2 other captains on the Trojans. And problem is Herman plays center mid. Has a great steal by McGanum. Plays center, couldn't hold on. Plays center mid, as does Berry. So with both in that same position, she gets very limited playing time. See Johnson trying to push up, but the Coyotes move it forward. Good play by Rocha, excuse me. Apologize, I've been calling them the twin sisters, Rocha, as we see Melissa now. Rocca all season long, it is Rocha. Happened before, but apologies to anyone's name I get wrong. Coyotes have gotten some steals, but really haven't been able to develop it too great. Nice move by Amanda Rocha to move it forward. Herman now. And now, Rocha! She scores! The Trojans strike first on a breakaway. Well, they've played defensively, but if you can get a breakaway the other way and you use the speed of Melissa Rocha, the Trojans score. And they take a 1-0 lead here, 15 minutes into this one. Wonderful ball movement by the Trojans. We're far back, but with Coyotes pushing forward, the Trojans push forward, and they continue this goal-scoring barrage. A beautiful pass from Herman. Rocha broke through. She stayed on sides. And then she calmly slotted away. She had all time there, and that all day, and that can get you some nerves if you're one-on-one with the keeper and just knowing you got to sight them out like a shooter in hockey in a shootout. But even though a sophomore, Rocco was strong there, but credit to Herman for the great pass, and 1-0. Counterattack can be so huge, and see if the Trojans try to continue that. They really sat back after they were up 1-0 against Annalee in that first loss to them, and it really did not pay off. Annalee got going there. It helped. An almost disaster again there for the Coyotes. And Hazel can't handle it. Stolen by Rocha. And then just cleared, well, trying to get it up ahead, but never had a chance. Delaney Johnson, and whistle handball on Johnson. Looks like that goal feels like it's affecting the Coyotes. They look a little bit down after that. Really came out aggressive, physical. They wanted this one. Statement opportunity for them. big as they look towards postseason aspirations against a really strong Trojan team that they were outplayed for a lot of the game in Santa Rosa. But Trojans strike first, and we'll see if they can continue to use that momentum. The Annalee game, the only game, 2 games actually. Trojans lost 2-1 to Terra Linda, the only 2 games this year. And they've only lost 3 games, drawn 2. But that was the only game that they scored first, and they lost or tied those 2. So Trojans hoping to keep that going. Good play by Racha. You can hear the Trojans' communication. It is so strong out there. All 11 players, even Clara Garcia in goal, moving as one with their communication and calls. Down the right wing again. That's how the Trojans develop their first goal. Head coach Deegan Babala for the Trojans done a great job really developing these players. And last year they showed the talent. They had some seniors, but they had a lot of this now junior class that was sophomores last year, as Trojans tried to get it to Johnson too far. And now the Coyotes the other way. Great defensive play there. She's on a little bit of a pickle and then tries to clear it, and it goes off the head of the Coyote. It was Rocha, Amanda Rocha, who cleared it. So get the free kick for Garcia. 19 minutes through, 1-0 Trojans. Hazel, she has Johnson. She's overshot her. She's going to get to it, but... Or actually, she does not get to it. Oh. Hazel had Johnson. Maybe you needed to lead her a little bit farther inside there. Just a little bit too far. And it will be Coyote ball. The green jerseys and the Sonoma name really confusing me. Sonoma Valley, the Dragons. Trojans just cleared away again. Speaking of Sonoma Valley, varsity boys soccer team senior night tomorrow. Be honoring their 5 seniors. Oh, players got up close and personal with the camera there. Dragons Coyotes keep it in. And Cries down with the steal. Now some more action down the wings here. Trojans just clear it away. There's no room down that middle of the field with Starkey and Muganum. Barrett as well. You're not going to get in there. You're going to have to get in from the sides. The way this Trojans have locked down on teams all season long. Oh, great move here. Now an opportunity for the Dragons. The Coyotes, and then miscommunication. The good run by Tristan Shirley, one of the seniors. Couldn't finish, though. Goal kick for Clara Garcia. Transfer student from Spain, exchange student. So this will be her. She will not be back next year, so the Trojans will need a new goalkeeper. She has been spectacular at times. Foul. And that will mean a free kick in an advantageous position for Chris Zeimer's Coyotes. Sonoma Academy private school, or charter school actually. Santa Rosa, as that one is off the corner of the post and out. Trojans survive a bullet there. That's exactly where you want that free kick, and it was a great opportunity for the Coyotes and just missed a little high, a little left there. Clara Garcia isn't the tall, so you can't always get that, as we're going to see substitutions here. Delaney Johnson, who's played well, is out. Liz Monka, only a freshman, will enter, along with Tessa Lambert. Coyotes win the goal kick. Crosdale tries to get it forward. They can't. Coyotes have had it on their side of the field. Feels like they just need to develop something here, and they could definitely put one in the back of the net and tie this up at 1. 23 minutes. Friday night here from Luchessi Field. Petaluma Varsity girls soccer team taking on Sonoma Academy. Next week, the final week of the regular season for both teams. As we mentioned, still a shot at SCL. Need a victory tonight. Actually, a tie officially, but probably a victory would be very helpful tonight. Trojans should cruise over Piner and Healdsburg next Wednesday and Friday, respectively. And then they're going to have to hope that Annalee will tie and lose in their last two against Sonoma Academy and Sonoma Valley, which is certainly not out of the question. They beat both those teams 1-0 the first time around. Ahead to Hernandez here in the box. Decides to slow up. Cross. No one home and cleared. Trojans had a rough start to the season, 3-0 loss to Casa, but since that really has been smooth sailing for them. A couple bumps in the road, but they really learned from that first game. The loss to the rivals is Rocha couldn't handle it there. Good opportunity, though. They went up to Ukiah for a tournament there, and they won it, which really seemed to propel their season forward. 8-0 over LC, 3-1 over Rancho, and then 2-1 in the championship over Cardinal Newman. That was a big one. The strong MBL, private school as well. Always has seemingly every sport is good for the Cardinals. The Trojans got that impressive victory, and that felt like that really propelled them. They were really confident after that. Just killed San Marin, which is not a bad team. The Mustangs 5-0 down in Novato. They did have that setback we mentioned against Terra Linda 2-1. Blew a lead in that one. And now a chance here. Slow developing for the Coyotes, but right now the Trojans are outrunning them. Almost disaster here, and Garcia decides to clear it away. She has Rocha out there, and the Trojans survive. A beautiful move by Melissa Rocha, and the Trojans survive that. Little bit of miscommunication with Clara Garcia after the really nice run there. Monka passes it right to a Coyote. Sonoma Academy will try again here. Well controlled by Starkey. Couldn't hold on then, but she's played well tonight. Deflected dangerously, it falls. No shot there. Coyote fans were calling for a shot. And then well defended by Starkey again. Trojans are on the defensive nonetheless here, but fighting valiantly. Again put back in. Rocha really under siege there. It's going to be a corner. No, my bad. Goal kick. Trojans are rebounded in their final league game that lost to Terra Linda. They routed a good American Candy team that they'll see in league next year 2-0. And then they entered league play. Mentioned the loss to Annalee 1-0 on our YouTube channel. Tough opening SC, or 2-1. Tough opening loss to Annalee, but just could not finish in those last 20 minutes. The freshman Monka. She doesn't play like a freshman, though, and you can see it right there. Taking on two Coyotes down the wing. Finally stolen away, but still gets it across, and it's going to force a clear. Hernandez. Finally cleared back now. Dangerous. Oh, completed decision by Garcia. She sort of looked tentatively at the ball. She's a little tentative at times, the player from Spain, due to that she was not a goalkeeper back in Spain, so she likes to use her feet a little bit much than I think Coach Babal and the other Trojans would like. Sort of stared at it, made it a little bit more interesting. She has a flair for the dramatic, don't the Spanish? Hazel with a beautiful win. Try to get it to Rocha, who had the first goal, just cleared away. 27 minutes gone here. 1-0 Trojans. Trojans really rebounded from that Annalee loss, though. Dominated Piner 10-0 over El Molino 5-2. Had a really good battle with Sonoma Valley, and they've had good battles with the Dragons team all season long. They might be young, but they are still feisty and know how to win, Jan Thorpe's squad. And took until double overtime for the Trojans to win 1-0. Crossed. No one touched it. Ref in the way there. Apologies. Goal kick for the Coyotes. Trojans continued 6-1 over LC Allen, 10-0 over Healdsburg. Mentioned the 2-0 victory over Sonoma Academy. 2 goals late as the Trojans out, really tired out. SA. Starkey with another win. And then well won by Crysdale. The Coyotes are trying to send one in. Barrett can't handle it. The soccer ball hits the camera. And it will be Trojan ball. After that overtime victory over Sonoma, Trojans 6-0 or 2-0 victory over Sonoma Academy, 6-0 over Piner. And the second half of league play started as no one home there for the Coyotes. And then I mentioned the draw last Friday against Annalee. No scoring, 0-0 after they played 20 minutes of extra stalker, so it was 110 minutes. But great goalkeeping, great defense, great play on both really elite teams. Neither team able to finish. Annalee ranked number 1 in Division II girls soccer by Max Preps at the moment. So Trojans could possibly meet them a third time in the championship game or maybe the semifinals. That is sent in and wide. Feels like the Coyotes are developing. They're really building something here. They haven't gone the moment of brilliance, the golden moment, as we're going to get a substitution here. But it is starting to really get better for them. And then this week, Trojans 5-3 over El Molino. Did give up some goals. And then at Sonoma, a 2-2 draw. Finish next week. Actually, both home games will be facing LC Allen. Shouldn't be much of an issue. They crushed the Lobos 6-1 on Wednesday. And then finish off against Healdsburg, who is winless on the year. Chris Zemer having a discussion with our 3 referees in yellow tonight. And now we see the substitution. That is Claire Zeichel, the sophomore, exiting, and in is Kwomon, another sophomore. Goal kick for Garcia. Coyotes win it again. This defense is going to have to stay taut. This is going to get very tiring if they're just going to be on the defense all night long. But the Coyotes could never finish against the Trojans when they played them before. Trojans trying to do the same thing and already with a 1-0 lead. Great steal by Hernandez. Couldn't control it. Now for DeMarca, such a talented freshman. This Trojan Varsity girls soccer program seems set up for success for a long time with these talented players. Monka's got some of the best speed on the pitch. She wins it down. Good defense by SA to stop the break momentarily. Couldn't do that on the Trojan goal. And a good battle. Gets it away from Monka, just clears it away, which is what the Coyotes want. Trojans haven't had a flair for the creativity tonight besides that goal. It was Mon who just entered, who had the nice clear. Another steal. And now race. Well run down by Muganum, who comes up. Really was vital in those final 10 minutes against Annalee. Had multiple headers just to get out of the box. We're going to get a foul there. Clear trip up. Hernandez was tripped up. Penalty to Alisa. Nope. And then the ref stands right in my shot. Cleared in, or sent in, and Monka almost ran it down. Apologies, out of focus there for a moment. Just too far. But Liz Monka has subbed in here, and she is showing some serious potential. Couple sophomores, including the Racha twins, So they'll be here for 3 more years. Trojans will be in a new league, be even more competitive, get even more experience, and going to be certainly a talent. Focused on this year so far, and who knows? Winning NCS is not out of the question. With Annalee ranked number 1, they certainly can beat Annalee. Beautiful give and go. They get it to Monk. It's just a little bit too far. It is going to stay Trojan ball. Just a little far, and was number 11 Madison Glenn, one of the seniors, to run it down. Obviously, with the leaders out on that field with a lot more experience than most of the other players. Steal here. And no call there. Looks sort of like a takedown by Hernandez. But the refs keep their whistles in their pockets. And again, DeMonca, who's came in for Delaney Johnson and been brilliant. Really has helped the Trojans get a little bit more offensive creativity and control out there in these last couple minutes. They've really struggled at points with that today. This is going to head out. They're going to... Great job, though, by Monka. That was going to head out on SA, and she ran it down, deflected it off a Coyote. Starkey just clears it away, and that's been the recipe at points here. Now Chris Summer just wants to see an intense push from the Coyotes. We saw in the last 10 minutes with Annalee, and they somehow didn't score in that. Amazing save by Clara Garcia, if you haven't seen that. Full game on our YouTube channel. Have the highlights on our morning show as well, including Monday mornings, so you can check that one out. And again, Trojan! Oh, what a play by the keeper! Open goal, and Monka missed it! Oh, Liz Monka had the goal wide open, served on a platter, and it got to her. Oh, man. The pass was brilliant again to Rocha. It seemed like nothing was developing, and then suddenly Rocha, in a moment of brilliance, bursting out. But a great play by the keeper. Much smarter, Gabrielle Tuckman coming out to make the save. She hung back when Rocha went on her run in the first goal, learned from her mistakes. Able to deflect it still. She was out of the goal, and it fell to Monk, who had an open goal here as the Coyotes are trying to turn it the other way. Back and forth. Great defense there. That is exceptional by Zoe Frothinger, a sophomore, to force it off Sonoma. They have just defense done such a great job in some stressful situations. Trojan so close, though, to 2-0. And Monka knew it. She just mishit it. She knew she had an open goal. And you wonder if the freshman just felt it a little bit. Just totally put way too much spin on it. Slotted it way left. Trojan's trying to push forward again. Getting to Monka. Lambert, one of the captains, back to Hernandez. Feel like Trojans have had a little bit of shift here in the last 5-10 minutes. Been able to get a little bit better control, a little bit more offense. 35 minutes gone here in this first half. Petaluma Trojans 1, Sonoma Academy Coyotes 0. Gogenhauer trying to run it down, couldn't get there. Oh, good opportunity for Rocha. Amanda's come up from out of her defensive spot, way up. Trojans only 3 back right now, playing up a little bit. Sensing the change in this game, they got so close to number 2, handball there on Lambert. Would love, as we have a motorcycle going off behind me, would love to get this second goal and feel comfortable heading in to the second half. Ref again in the way, and it's just sent in. Uninhibited there. It was a nice go again. Lambert on that kick, but reliable play there by the keeper. Nothing going. Starkey, another interception. And when you have Liz Monka one-on-one, only good things are going to happen. Again, she beats her defender. Now you get 2 on her. Crosses it. Sister Rocha. Her twin sisters got 1 goal. Melissa, Amanda, trying to get the second. Frothinger to throw it in. Beautiful Friday night here at Luchessi Field. Players are going to enjoy these conditions. They were complaining after the Annalee game how cold that was. Had to bring out some hand warmers to survive it. You know, there was a bunch of injuries in that game. Crysdale got hurt as well, along with Barry, of course. And the cold has something to do with it. You get cramps. You needed to stretch more, get a little stiff, little sore. Clark Garcia is again just sort of staring at the ball, but comes to it. Not too much drama on that one. Hernandez, a good battle, gets it to Monka. She's battled through an injury, can see that cast on her right knee. And then lost it. Now she's battling hard. She had a key mistake with the open goal, but such an exceptional player. That heads out again. Yes, I help out Rocha with the throw in there. Get a little thank you. Start a Super Bowl weekend here. A lot of excitement in the air. A lot of excitement for Trojan sports. We will have coverage of that senior night for the varsity boys soccer team, as it will be a goal kick. Against Sonoma tomorrow. Get a couple interviews, hopefully. A couple highlights, and we'll have that on the show. And then I'll be heading up for the big varsity girls basketball game. They take on the Annalee Tigers. A victory, and they clinch SCL for the first time in 5 years. Already have a share of it, but they can win it with a victory over the Tigers, tied for second right now. That would be huge for the Trojans, still undefeated in first place in SCL. What a season they've had. It's been fun. And that full game with play-by-play interviews will be on our YouTube channel by the end of tomorrow. So check that out. Should be fun. Varsity boys basketball team plays it. Montgomery has the Coyotes with a great chance here. Set it dangerously. It's a flex. Oh, Garcia came out, and it was Mon, who's been very active, who got a shoulder on it, but if she had got a head on that, it would have been tied at 1. But that was great movement, great control there by the Coyotes to get it in, and the ball sort of just started deflecting across the box. You could hear the Coyotes bench screaming in excitement, just hoping it could get on the right foot to slot it away. But still, they cannot solve this Trojan defense, but they've gone probably best opportunity of the evening for them. And Mon again. Hernandez with the win. Varsity boys basketball team taking on Montgomery, who's maybe the best team in all of Sonoma County. Are we gonna have a foul there? No foul. Mon was tripped up. Oh, I think they're playing advantage. And then that deflects off Starkey, and the second quarter kick of the evening for the Coyotes here as we near the end of this first half. About 5 minutes and a little bit of stoppage time left to go here. Trojans leading 1-0. Set in! I think a violation, in the box on the Dragons, the Coyotes. The ball ends up in the back of the net, but that's not, oh no, that is the end of the first half was the whistle. So I think they didn't count it. So we have reached the end of 1 here. It is the Petaluma Trojans 1 and the Sonoma Academy Coyotes 0 here. Petaluma Varsity Girls Soccer second half is coming up next. We have reached halftime here at Luchessi Field with the Trojans leading 1-0. Really felt like Sonoma Academy actually controlled that game for a lot of that first half, but the defense, which has been so good all season, held really taut. A couple opportunities for Sonoma Academy, but they weren't really able to develop anything too great, and it was enough for the Trojans to prevent any goals, and they got the moment of brilliance from Rocha. Great counterattack. They almost got another one. Rocha with a great opportunity, good save. by the keeper for the Coyotes. Monka had an open goal, just couldn't finish here. But it feels like that counterattack's really working. And even though it can be stressful for the defense to be under this attack, they've showed all season long they've been well equipped to it. And with this 1-0 lead, they're going to hope to continue this momentum. A victory tonight would be big for their confidence for NCS and still give them a shot at the SCL title. Second half coming up next. Should be interesting to see what the team's halftime adjustments are. Ready to start the second half here of action. Chris Seimer yelling to his team, new half, new amount of play. We've got 40 minutes of soccer to go, pending any overtime, and then potentially 20 minutes more with the Trojans leading 1-0. Anna Herman's got a full cheering section for this one, just like she did against Annalee, some of the varsity wrestlers and other friends. She's one of the more popular girls at school and certainly deserves it. Talented athletically, but one of the best in the classroom, and just such a nice person to be around. Tried to get it up to Starkey, who came out of her, hey Connor, came out of her offensive position. And those were the varsity wrestlers walking right behind me. They have done a fantastic job. They had their senior night on Wednesday, remain undefeated in SCL. SCL Championship coming up 2 weeks from Saturday, and the NCS Duels a week from Saturday. Their final SCL meet against Healdsburg should get a victory there to finish undefeated, but they'll clinch SCL potentially if they win the SCL tournament, which we will be covering, the SCL Wrestling Championship. It's on the 14th of February. We'll have that full cover slate of matches on our YouTube channel. Probably on that Saturday, or that weekend at least. The ref is just trying to stand right in front of me right now. Coyotes coming out strong here to start. See Herman, number 15, started, but then sat on the bench for most of that first half. Physical play there. You can see a lot of energy by the Coyotes to the start of the second half. You knew they would bring it. They're really the better team there, but just could not finish in that first half. Hernandez gets it to Hazel. Hazel's really played well, the junior. One of Barry's best friends, and she's really picked it up for her. That was not the goal kick that they were looking for. Off a car it goes. Luckily, it's all right. It's possible that Gabrielle Tuckman actually works for a car dealership and is trying to hurt people's cars so they can buy new ones. Don't know, that one was pretty far off. Trojans don't handle the throw-in very well, though. Now I'll turn it over. Don't want to give the Coyotes too much hope here, too much offensive opportunity. They're screaming like a pack of Coyotes right now, but not sure what they were trying there. Again, the ref in the way. Not sure what they were trying there, the Coyotes, once they got it in an advantageous position on the wing. And their shot really never had a chance well on the side of the goal. Rocha. Delaney Johnson has re-entered, but she's unable to keep it in. .321 and counting into this one. Into the second half. 1-0. Trojans NCS is another nice play by me again. I'm going to deflect it back. Trojans NCS will be after the week after that SCL. SCL concludes next week, so that will be their first game. Should be as dangerous. Garcia has to get out. As normal, she moseys her way to the ball. Never really concerned about it. Good run, though. Should start that Wednesday of that week, so a week from Wednesday, probably their first NCS game. Should be likely here, and we'll certainly try to provide as much coverage as we can. If they win, next one would be on Saturday, and so on. 16 teams make it, so 4 rounds at the most. If they win NCS, they could head to state now that CIF conducts their tournament in state as they get it forward again. Garcia's out. She's out of goal. Turning, and somehow she lost it. Garcia's gone back, and the Trojans clear it. seriously! Oh my goodness! Clara Garcia made the risky decision to get out of goal. She might have saved the goal, but then it almost turned disastrous. It was, I think it was Luchessi who had the ball on her right foot, and an open goal waiting as it is sent in. The ref again standing in the way, wide. What an opportunity. Luchessi had it. She had an open goal. There was some Trojan defenders charging in on her, and somehow she felt the moment, almost like she had a brain freeze. She just did not shoot that there, and the Trojans converged on her and somehow able to clear it away. Best opportunity of the night. You know the bench for the Coyotes is feeling it, because every time there's a good opportunity, they're screaming like a bunch of madmen. Ref is again standing in my way. It's crossed over, and then it doesn't fall. Wow. I might try to find a new spot. I think her spot's on the midline here, and she is frequenting it. Garcia. Looked like she could get a lot of action in the second half, but the Trojans can't turn this around. Wonderful move by Hazel. That is her ball skills, her excellent touch. One again. Encouragement from the Coyotes bench is resounding. They want this so bad. It would be a huge statement victory. They move into a tie for second. The shot is wide left. Huge cheers by the Coyote fans. They are really liking the effort they are seeing by the team in gray, and they are getting some high-quality opportunities now. However, this is the time for a counterattack. Trojans would love to get a little security. Second goal. It seems hard to imagine that the Coyotes can't score one before this half is over. Again, a great move. It is Zeimer, the coach's daughter, creating. Gabby Zeimer. Johnson's able to run it down. She's very tentative. Trojans on their back foot a little bit right now. They're under attack. The Coyotes charging forward, and Trojans need a little bit of an answer here. Some offense would certainly help. Sonoma Academy 11-4-2 on the season. They haven't done a lot of losing, but neither have the Trojans. 13-3-2. Trojans throwing. Hazel, what a move! Still going, she's bumped. No call. Rocha tries to get it outside and just clear. That is the answer you want by the Trojans. 7.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Trojans still 1-0. Ball trickles behind the dumpsters out there. Frothinger throwing in it. Johnson played well in that first half. Monka came in, though, and was brilliant, except for an open goal, and she couldn't score, but sort of got the retribution there when the Coyotes had an open goal and couldn't score either. And poked out, Trojan ball. And this is a little bit of an answer that you wanted, Coach Deegan Babal. You just can't have your defense under attack for 40 minutes, maybe 10, maybe 15, but 40 minutes and a half, it's just you're gonna crack eventually, no matter how good, how experienced, how talented, and how poised those defensive players are. Some offense is necessary. Barrican when it cleared. Garcia coming way out of her spot to just boot it back down. Coyotes would have liked to charge forward because she was out of her goal, but could not. Well headed by Rocha. Getting it forward to Melissa Rocha. Couldn't handle it. Had that lone goal for the Trojans. Her sister Amanda. Now it's Hazel battling. Gets it out wide. Sent in rather harmlessly. It's a little bit of a sustained momentum here by the Trojans. Going forward. That's Rocha's touch. Rocha's touch there. Just not the best. Trying to control it on the sideline. But this is the answer that they badly needed. Want to check out our upcoming live streams? We have 2 next week. We're looking forward to senior nights for both the Varsity Boys basketball team and the Varsity Girls basketball team, Tuesday and Wednesday night, respectively. Girls on Tuesday, boys on Wednesday.
the girls don't beat Annalee on Saturday, that will again be an SCL potential clinching game. They'll be honoring their 3 seniors, and then the varsity boys basketball team has really fallen apart on their season, but they will be honoring their 7 seniors, so that will be a big night as well against rival Annalee. Also might decide whether they make the SCL tournament or not. They're on the edge of those 4 teams. They'd like their season to continue a little longer, and if still would keep a faint hope of an NCS if they could win that SCL tournament. And they've shown the capability to compete with the top teams in the league, but they've also shown the capability to lose to about everyone, not counting LC and Elmo. Definitely an adjustment here for the Coyotes. They've been a lot more physical, and the refs have been pretty loose tonight. That helped early, but I think the Trojans have adjusted themselves, feeling this new intensity by the Coyotes, and they were really only to maintain it. And it's hard to maintain that high level of offensive intensity, pushing and pushing, giving everything you had for a sustained period of time, no matter how talented your players are. And a lot of these players come to Sonoma Academy to play girls soccer. It's developed almost into a factory. But the Trojans have some skilled players of their own that are answered. Starkey mishandling it, just shot in, and Garcia had a little bit of fun with that one. Batted it down into her hands, bobbled it for a moment, able to hold on. Not a bad shot here, just hoping Garcia makes a mistake. This is how more you want to develop. That one is set in, and again Garcia. She must have been eating molasses before this, because she can't hold on to anything right now. It's just cleared out. Another 5-minute offensive attack you're feeling here. Starkey just clearing it away. It's been a solution all night, but the Trojans' speed has been vital, and they've been able to get key steals here. Too far for Johnson. All the way back to the keeper. Barrett able to control it. Excuse me, Lambert. Well, they've started to shut down more on Melissa Rocha, who had that goal and had a really good second chance as well. They have Quioa Mon on her, who has played really well tonight. Good opportunities offensively too as well, as it's set in. Rocha couldn't corral it and cleared back out. Still an opportunity, and that one just heads by Frothinger all the way wide right of the net. Just hoping for a lucky deflection there. Starting to cool down a little bit here as we reach a later hour in the evening. Muganum is so reliable back there. The junior is not going to be the one to make a mistake. And it helps a lot of these juniors were on the varsity team last year, so they got that experience, played in some big games, had a thrilling NCS first-round victory over Sonoma Valley last year in penalty kicks, and got the revenge on Sonoma Valley, who beat them twice in the regular season. And maybe they can do the same thing this year with Annalee and NCS, and it would be a lot later than the first round, that's for certain, if they play them. Hazel trying again to get it to Rocha, a little bit too far. Trojans trying to play with an aggressive mentality as well. Not give the Coyotes this opportunity, and they're certainly not settling back and giving up on everything as much as the Dragons have been the one controlling the ball tonight. One moment is vital, and the Trojans have the strongest one so far, and they were most points, most prepared. It's about the 15th minute, Melissa Rocha the goal. Melissa Rocha, excuse me. Trojan defenders pushing up here. Steve Starkey almost in front of the center circle. So they're open for a surge in themselves. Johnson battling out wide. Fielded well by Tuckman. Senior goalkeeper Not going to make too many mistakes and really had a smart decision that probably saved that second opportunity for the Trojans coming out to stop Melissa Racho when she broke free into the box. Now the Coyotes trying to respond the other way. The Mag. Well, that never had a chance, and Garcia, who's continued to lack the hold on anything, could have just let that one spiral wide. Instead, she touched it, so it's a corner. 15 minutes into this 40-minute second half. And the Trojans hold on here. That's going to be a long next 25 minutes. That's going to take away very, very slowly. Dangerously in. Another corner. Fourth corner of the evening for the Coyotes. Ranked 454th in the state by Max Preps, projected 6th in Division 4, smaller school. Trojans in Division 2, as that is set and it's scored! What a corner, and we are tied! And a lot of Sonoma Academy supporters that have come down, cheering on. There was so much pressure on this Trojan defense. It felt like they were going to crack at some point. Indeed, they did. A wonderful corner kick low into the ground. Trojan defenders weren't ready for it, and it slotted away so fast there was no opportunity for Clara Garcia. The wide open goal by Olivia Rubin, who has it right here. Well, so many corners, so many opportunities. It felt bound to. The Trojans are going to need an answer. Tied at 1. A tie that wouldn't be officially eliminated from SCL at 2 games back. They could only get a share, and they'd need Annalee to lose both of their games next week, which seems far-fetched. Would like the highest seed in NCS as possible. A win would be huge for that as well. It was the 60th minute that the goal was scored. The equalizer. St. Trojans really have not been able to control the ball all night, but they wore down the Coyotes in that first one, scored 2 goals past the 70th minute. Can they repeat that tonight maybe? They just need 1 to retake the lead. Now you can see Trojans retracting under this pressure, this energy by the Coyotes. They are bringing it right now. Great crossover move. Well read by Rocha, trying to get on a run here. Well in front of Delaney Johnson, though. And out. All the momentum on the Coyotes, and when we saw this against Annalee, the momentum on their side, Trojans' head's a little bit down. They were able to put that second goal in the net, and that loss to the Tigers, the Trojans' only league loss. Need to learn from that, not repeat that. Ball control's key here. The more time you're going to have on the ball, the more opportunity to score. It's just common sense. Hazel fires wide. Gave it a go there. Lauren Hazel, one of the more talented soccer players you'll see on the pitch tonight, but that was going to be tough. Goal kick.
Great goal. That was well deserved.
Another opportunity, just couldn't be controlled by the goal scorer. Clara Garcia will come out. Olivia Rubin, only a sophomore on this young
Coyotes team, 5 upperclassmen. Too far for Russia.
The nerves are out now.
There's about 100 fans, students, parents, community out here to watch this, including a fair amount of Sonoma Academy supporters that have made the 30-minute drive south from central Santa Rosa. Off the head of Starkey. She's one tough cookie out there, though. Stolen. Just
the vocalness from the bench, the energy all on the Coyotes' side. Too far for Rocha. That was not a confident play by the goalkeeper. Decides to clear it. Trojans will get a throw in here. Need a pick-me-up, some energy. Sometimes in basketball you see a block or something. It picks up the team, wakes them up. Feels like the Trojans need that, a spark. They're just methodically going through their plays right now. Not feeling it like the Coyotes are feeling it. Rocha. Unable to be controlled by her sister. Sister-to-sister twins. You know, they're going to have good chemistry. They can connect. Been on the soccer field together and in life together a lot. Especially when you're twins, you share that bond. Good battle by the Coyotes, their ball. And sent forward. This is a dangerous position for Muganum. And she's pressured. She had Starkey to her right, but you don't want to send that ball over the middle. Just too dangerous. Leading for, it will be Trojan ball. Muganum, another junior. And now we are going to see a substitution, double substitution. Trojans have looked a little tired out there, a little weary. And that will mean it will be Crysdale out along with Hazel, who's really made some developments. Not a surprise to see Liz Monka re-enter along with Hannah Herman, who's one of the captains, one of the leaders. They'd love a spark from Monka. Really brought some good energy in that first half. Really maybe saw the most from her out of any offensive player with strong spirit and poise for creativity. Goggenauer gets it forward. Wonderful move! Monka on the shot! What a save! Well, Monka comes right out of the bench and gives the Trojans a spark they wanted, but Gabrielle Tuckman picks up the Coyotes with a wonderful sprawling save. Monka had a rough angle, and she had to put it out wide, and Tuckman knew that. And coolly and calmly held on to it to keep this game tied. Monka, the speed she's had, Coyotes haven't been able to contain her. Feels like she is the girl to go to. Rocca fell, set in, deflects, still loose, cleared away. Back and forth we go on both ends. Lambert gets it forward. There's Liz Monka again. Goggenauer. Lambert. Coming out of her defensive position here. Sends it in. When the lack of ball possession for the Trojans tonight, you don't want to just waste a good opportunity like that. Almost 23 minutes gone here. We are more than halfway through this second half. If we remain tied, we will have the most two 10-minute overtime periods, but a golden goal, so any goal scored by either team would end that overtime period. And the Trojans won win in overtime against Sonoma Valley and the draw last Friday night to Annalee up in Sebastopol. Getting it forward to Shirley. Starkey playing it well and then sent across. There was not a single Coyote in the box, though. We're going to need that, and it was let all the way out. See, the expectations are strong for the Coyotes, and they came into this expecting to win it, and you can hear that. Good play by Rocha to keep it in, but Trojans unable to control. Another opportunity, and wide. Even with Monka in a couple opportunities, still feels like the Trojans are the one on the back foot right now. With Monka, though, and Rocha on the two wings, you've got a lot of speed, a lot of capability on both sides. A chance to really do something well. Coyotes just send it right back in. Clara Garcia, Spanish exchange student, comes out to get it. Exchange student has been so vital for the Trojans and the goalkeeper. Seeing that another Swartz, Greta Grossi, vital for the varsity volleyball team this year. The transfer student or exchange student from Italy. Trojans, Petaluma gets a lot of transfer students, so that can be a big help. This one deflects off a Trojan, skipped by Ruben, who had the goal, and Rocha just resigned to clear it away. 25 minutes in this second half. We have 15 minutes left to go. Sent in! Rubio lost it! Clark Garcia, lost it! It fell to a Coyote, but they could not handle it. Oh, point blank there. Garcia can't hold on to anything. Really should have been able to get that one, but just couldn't hold on to that spiraling cross. But unable to control it for the Coyotes. Trojans dodge another bullet here. But it feels like they're holding on desperately for their lives. One mistake and it is going to be broken. This defense has had a few issues in the last couple games. They've been a little bit exposed tonight. It's been a lot down the wings. And a lot of pushing. Here is Melissa Rocha with a chance. She's pushed out wide. Might need a cross. She sends it in! She scores! Oh, what an angle! Melissa Rocha! Are they not calling it in? That ball looks clearly in! Oh my, no goal! That was inside the post, wasn't it? You can go back and replay that and see that. That looked clearly inside the post, but they did not call it. Credit to the Coyotes for playing on. There was no whistle. And we are still tied at 1. Well, it was a shocking angle from Melissa Rocha. I thought she would have to cross it. Somehow spiraled it around. It seemed like it found its way inside the right post, but they said it never crossed. There's no replay or VAR technology that they have now in the English Premier League to see if the ball crossed the goal line. Have that in the World Cup as well. It's just high school soccer. Sent in! Oh my goodness! They score! What a sequence! A wonder goal by Quoa Mon, who's been brilliant tonight. And the lead is 2. The Coyotes 2-1. Mon sent it in, and as soon as that one was off her foot, it looked like it had a chance to do something special, spiraling in and through the grass of Rubio. Somehow it's 2-1, but not Trojans. It's 2-1. Coyotes still do not know what happened on that no-goal call. Seemed to be clearly a goal, but the Dragons sent one in, and they'd seen Rubio have a little bit of troubles handling it, and they used the momentum. Trojans, I think, a little shocked that they didn't call it before, and the sideline was calling it, Babal was calling it, and now Amanda Rocha looks like she's has a leg injury, and she is hurt. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's the talent, and it is definitely going to be there for Sonoma Academy. They have players on their team that can score from anywhere, and you saw it there. It was perfectly placed. Not a lot Garcia could do about it. Do the Trojans have an answer? It looked like Rocha had the goal to take them back in the lead. They did not call it. Trojans badly need an answer. Monka would be helpful too, but just off, cleared into the baseball field. Let's see with that yellow lining. Well, Trojans need to forget about those really traumatic last 2 minutes. It was a goal differential of 2, which is a lot in soccer. I want to salvage at least a draw. A loss here. Their SCL title ups would be over. Oh, Rocha just couldn't hold on to it. Her touch has been the one issue all season long. She's got the speed, but you hope in the next 2 years, by the time you've seen her, she develops that touch with the ball, and she could be really unstoppable. Under 10 to go here, and the Trojans need a goal. Muganum with a nice steal. I'm sorry, that's Gogenauer.
Ahead to Monka. It deflected. Trojans keep it. I mean, they're going to have to push up now. They're going to have to show some aggressive mentality they really haven't showed in this one. And they are a more defensive team. They sit back. They counterattack. Did it against Annalee. Did it against Sonoma Valley. Did it against Sonoma Academy in their victory up in Santa Rosa 2-0. But there's no sitting back now. Can't do it. Time is ticking away. Maka. Way out wide. Rocha ran up. She stepped on the out of bounds line. Coyote ball. Booted ahead. Trying to get Rocha again on the end of that. Almost has 3 goals tonight, but only one of them is counted. Get it back, and that is where the Coyotes would like to pressure, get a turnover, and they could put this away. Garcia just hasn't been at her best tonight. She's had trouble handling it. Coldness, I don't think affecting her, but it might just be a confidence issue. She had such a great game against Annalee, gave up some goals against Del Molino, then against Sonoma Valley, and very mental, especially as a keeper. You're really all alone there, back in goal. In every sports, especially high school sports, 40% mental, but a goalkeeper might be 60% mental. Plenty see that in the professionals with goalkeepers who've just mentally, clearly aren't there at points and give away goals that even I could probably save. Good battle there by Hazel. And Melissa Rocha. Guggenauer's been pretty quiet tonight. Talented junior. Sent in. Past 2 Trojans. Miscommunication there. I don't think Hazel and Rocha both had a good look at it, but the other thought that they were taking it. Goal kick here. Time running out on the Trojans. About 8 minutes. Trojans are going to have to be aggressive. They're going to have to leave that back door open. They have no choice now. It's not something they're always accustomed to doing, so that can be hard to play with that mentality. And they haven't trailed much this season. They've been so dominant, which is the unfortunate thing of playing at SCL. But they won't have to, Coyote ball, they won't have to deal with some of the teams of LC and Healdsburg and Pioneer that admittedly really struggle, do not have the strongest programs in the world. And next year with American Canyon, Napa Vintage, Justin Sienna gets Sonoma, and Casa will enter the league. The rivals, as it's mishandled by Starkey dangerously. She's got a Coyote breathing back on her back. Sends it back smartly to Garcia. Trojans will get a lot better experience, a lot better play in league play, and I don't know if they'll be able to win league next year with all strong teams, but it'll really help them out, especially for NCS. It should still be one of the top teams in NCS, with almost everyone coming back. Crysdale in the middle, sophomore. Lambert. Coyotes brought that intensity, have not worn down here, which they did up in Santa Rosa, and Trojans are hoping for a crack. Sent it forward, and another good opportunity here. Sonoma Academy's not just going to sit back. DLSE is only a freshman out there with the chance. She's got it again. Starkey. Guggenauer just pokes it forward. You're almost hoping that Rocha can get on the right end of it, as she had a couple times tonight. Coyotes contained her a little bit better in the second half, but boy, she had an opportunity, and it looked like the ball was inside the post, and the ref just forgot to blow out his whistle. Lambert pokes it forward. 8 minutes. And counting. Potentially a little stoppage time left here in regulation. It deflects. Sonoma Academy trying to get the insurance here. Sent in. Did it deflect? It's out. It did not deflect. I think it went through the legs of Muganum. Goal kick for Clark Garcia. Trojans with plenty of players on the bench that can provide things if they're worried about getting a little bit tired.
Chris Steimer encouraging them to keep on working and keep on pushing. They have certainly put together a full half, a lot of effort and push and intensity, which is hard to keep up for the full 90 minutes. So I'm right back in. Trojans need to control this ball, get it in the Coyote end, and get some opportunities. A really nice save as well, you can remember, by Tuckman in the second half when the Trojans had a good opportunity. Monco came right off the bench with a great run, and then Tuckman was saved by the refs. Rocha just has to clear it. Clock continues to tick away here. Now it's the Dragons' turn to try to hold on, but if the Trojans don't push, it's not going to be too stressful. 5 minutes left, and it's out on the Trojans. What a win this would be for the Coyotes. Have the nice victories over Sonoma Valley, but this would vault them into a tie for second with the Trojans, and they would be in a great spot, certainly improve their NCS seeding, and with the young team they have, be very successful considering they have a huge step up in league play this year, now in SCL. Guggenhauer forward. They've got 3 girls around Melissa Rocha. Nonetheless, she forces the clear. Oh, that soccer ball is long gone. Hops over the cars in the parking lot. The Trojan supporters smart to get it back as quick as possible. Trojans have to be in a hurry. You can't stress about it. Shoot shots that they wouldn't normally take, but you were running out of time. Crossed in! Deflected off a Coyote and falls unharmed. Here's the push forward. Rocha, and no one on the end of that was Hazel, who was lurking a little bit too tall. Supporters on both sides encouraging it. It's hard out there. You're tired. Actually going to rule a throw in there. It went so far to the right. And just sent 4. That will head out. Do my best to handle the ball and help the Trojans out. Not sure that was that was the best, but I get the support of the Trojan supporters for my efforts, including Cassidy Bacon, Jaden Chris, who we'll be seeing tomorrow at the big Varsity Girls basketball game against Annalee. Looking forward to that. I wonder where Monka is. She's still out there, but she's been a little bit quiet. She has had such a great first half and a great opportunity in the second half when she came in. Oh, overrun by Crysdale. Trojans have been under so much pressure all night. With only about 3 minutes left in this one, it can be hard to find that energy, but if they want to win this one, they're going to need it. And sent in. I don't know if that's the shot you want to take with the clock. You're just wanting to run it down, but the aggressiveness from Mon, who had the wonder goal, that right now stands up as the winner. 2 minutes left, plus probably a little bit of stoppage time here by the refs, up to their discretion. Trojans just need to have even more urgency now. Crysdale sends it back. Just a sea there of Coyotes surrounding the center of the field for the Trojans. Not going to let them go in. Oh, they rule it. Coyote ball, not sure about that one. This has not been a good night for the referees, especially in favor of the Trojans. But Trojans can't focus on the refs and their mistakes. They have certainly not been the better team out there tonight. They have not controlled or dictated the action or been the team that's been most creative or brought the intensity, and that has been the Coyotes. But Trojans are going to need to try to do it here. Nonetheless, they have gotten some really good counter-attack opportunities, and that shows why they've had some high totals in goal scoring against some good teams, because they really have done a good job getting creative. Steal here, and you just want ball possession now if you're the Coyotes and wind as much clock as possible. Starkey wins it, but no one is home. Deflects, falling, no call again, and then cleared it to the night over the wrestlers, who will race after to get it. It goes down the hill. You can see Chris Zeimer trying to encourage him. He has done a wonderful job with this squad, and he is intense out there, and his players have showed it tonight, no doubt about that. Still waiting for the ball to get back, so this will add a little time to the stoppage time on the ref's clock, up to his discretion of how much he wants to give.
Come on, Green!
Daxton Hoggier returns with the ball finally. Can the Trojans find a way to finish and somehow get this to overtime? Monka! Oh, what a chance! That was not a bad decision by the freshman Monka, with the Coyote goalkeeper Tuckman a little bit out of place. She sent it to the right, but Tuckman was able to get to it in time. A little bit higher by Monka, and might have been a wonder goal answer. Goggenauer. Cleared again. That has to be the mentality. The ref at this point looking at his watch. We're into stoppage time. 90 minutes of hard-fought soccer. Coyote ball. Would be a tough loss for the Trojans to swallow here. Especially with that disallowed or just not called goal, and then the answer was 1 minute later. Pretty much the Dragons, the Coyotes played like it was no goal, which was so smart of them, and shows, even though maybe not the most experienced, that they play smart, and they score right after with the great goal by Mon. A steal. There's the whistle. That's it. Final score here tonight. Sonoma Academy 2. Petaluma Trojans 1. It is the biggest victory for Sonoma Academy this season. They show it in their cheers. A couple words for the refs, for the Trojan players. Obviously frustrated with that no call. They had some moments that were strong, but overall they did not possess the ball well. A couple holes defensively, and that cost them. They just could not bring the same level of intensity, and you felt it here tonight. Stay tuned. Interviews with the players are coming up next.
Daniel DeCarli, Connor Pedersen, Max Shattuck.
First,
Yeah.
on behalf of Connor Pedersen, we'd like to apologize to Petaluma girls soccer.
I tried to tell him.
We tried to find the ball. We wrestled it.
And I sprinted back as
And
fast as I could.
that loss is on us.
We
I'm
might
taking
have-
that as a personal loss. I'm sorry.
We wasted a...
Should I say that you lost the game for the team on Monday?
I
did
think the
lose
refs
team.
lost the game.
The
Okay,
game
that ball
on
was
Monday.
in. It was a goal. It should be 2-2.
But you know what?
Should be.
I think that's a
That's
stalling
on
call.
us.
That's a stalling call in red.
Anyways, the Trojans are still have a lot ahead of them. Can't 2 regular season games. They're still at the moment. Yes, at the moment seated 3rd in NCS. So Annalee is 1. They've already. You guys were at the Annalee game next week. What do you think?
Next week there's
Last week against Annalee.
Yeah.
Next week should have an easy schedule to finish 2nd in SCL. Should be around
No, we're getting
third, or it's impossible now.
No, it's not.
Should be around 3rd or 4th in SCL. What are your expectations for them in NCS?
My expectations was first, but
They're
they
gonna
kind of
be
blew
breaking
that.
brackets,
They
okay?
blew
That's what they're
that.
doing.
But you know what? Third I guess is okay because they're still on the podium.
They're still
But,
gonna.
but at NCS, they got potentially 4 games. They could win it all. They can compete with Annalee, right?
They can, you know what? It was 0-0. We got that 1-0 win. I'm calling it right now. 1-0 Petaluma over
Potentially
Annalee.
play Annalee?
Potentially play Annalee in a semifinal and championship of
I
NCS.
would gladly attend that
You
game.
know what? And once again, round 2. Shout out number 22 on Annalee.
And shout out 15, Captain Hannah Herman. Number 15 on the field, number 1 in our hearts.
Amen.
All right, thank you guys. Somebody a tough loss for you guys to swallow here tonight. You did have the 1 goal. What was working right offensively for you?
We're just connecting and like we're trying in practice to finish our goals. So when we get the chances, we need to finish them.
And you did seem to finish a goal tonight that seemed to be inside the post. They didn't call it. What did you see, and what was possibly the reason that the refs didn't call that a goal?
It was definitely a goal. It passed the yellow line. I mean the white line, and it hit the wheel and bounced out. But it was a goal. So unlucky.
Unlucky. Anyways, so 2-1 felt like for a lot of the game, Coyotes just had a little bit more energy, intensity. How do you guys want to step it up when you head on to NCS and place these top teams?
I feel like as a team, we need to have an overall intensity, more communication, and work as a team more. I feel like
Like,
that will help us.
Don't get us wrong, we're a good team and we're solid and we have energy, but I think just picking that up a little bit can really get us far.
Team was unable to control the ball out tonight. Coyotes really had it in their own end, put a lot of pressure on the defense. How do you guys fix that out so it's a little bit more even ball control wise?
I think it's just going to practice, showing up, getting your touches in, like that really has a lot
Practice
into
makes
it.
perfect.
That's true. It has a lot when it comes down to it.
And NCS playoffs are coming up for you guys who finish second or third in SCL. What do you guys want to accomplish in NCS, and how do you reach those goals?
We need to take our chances and come out ready to play.
Come out
and,
strong.
Yeah, come out strong. And, yeah.
Let's just win. Let's go for it. I mean, at least get as high as we can.
Yeah.
I think that's the main goal for us.
Hannah Herman, Trojans fall 2-1 here tonight, and it was a tight game, a little bit of controversy, obviously. What do you think was the difference in the end?
I just think we weren't really connecting our passes, and personally, I think our goal should have counted, but I just think we needed better team chemistry and to connect our passes better. It just didn't fall our way tonight.
Defensively, a few holes in the last couple games. It was a really great streak. Didn't give up any goals in between the two Annalee games, but now 6 goals in the last 3 games. How do you guys pick it up defensively going forward?
We just have to work harder in training. I think playing a new formation this season's had to put a lot of people in positions they haven't played before, so keep working hard in practice, try to improve defensively, and see where we can go from here.
And you're one of the team captains. What have been your leadership roles, and how have you seen the develop chemistry-wise as one of the leaders?
I just try to keep the team motivated in times like this and pick everyone up. I think everyone has pretty good team chemistry, but it's a great group of girls.
Thank you, Hannah, so much. All right, thank you to Hannah Herman and Delaney, Melissa, and Amanda for the great interviews, and of course for the wrestlers for the great commentary as well. Was a lot of fun here tonight for a lot of this game. Unfortunately, a little controversy with that goal that was disallowed. Might have cost the Trojans because that next goal happened right after. But in the end, it did feel, I think, Sonoma Academy did deserve to win the game in the end. They just had more intensity. They wanted it a little bit more. Their cheers from the bench were so loud all night, and then you saw it after the game. The team rushed out on the field, cheering, hugging. That was one of the more happier teams I'd say I've seen all season long, just after a normal regular season win, but it was so important for them, and I think at times they wanted it a little bit more. Trojan offense at points is there, but needs to develop. A little bit concerned about Clara Garcia's confidence has been a little bit shaky of late. She nearly cost them a couple goals tonight. Probably the 2 goals not her fault tonight, but nonetheless, want to see better from her. Defense has had a few holes, so Trojans need to clean that up. They'll have 2 matches next week. Elsie and Healdsburg shouldn't be much of a challenge in either of those to pick it up, and then they're going to head on to NCS. They're going to have to be at their best. They have the capability to beat Annalee, Sonoma Academy, Sonoma Valley. Really, any team, I think, in NCS this year are going to be seated very high, but they're going to have to bring their A game, and they're going to have to bring a higher level of intensity because they really allowed Sonoma Academy to have the upper foot, and it was a stressful night defensively. Could not hold on in the end as they blow the lead 2-1. A tough loss. Team will try to turn it around, as we said, going forward, and still very young. I think some things to learn in these big moments. But if they bring that high intensity level that we've seen at points this year in flashes, that will really help them, I think, in NCS going forward. They have the talent to compete. They need to finish as well, which was something they talked about. Trojans having trouble controlling some balls. The refs didn't help tonight either. Anyways, that's going to do it here tonight. Petaluma Trojans fall to the Sonoma Academy Coyotes. 2-1 the final score here at Luchessi Field. Don't miss all our coverage coming up, including boys and girls varsity basketball live streams Tuesday and Wednesday night at 7 for the girls on Tuesday, 7:30 for the boys on 7:30. Those senior games should be fun. The girls looking for an SCL title. That Annalee game will be up on our YouTube channel shortly. They might clinch up in Sebastopol tomorrow. A lot of excitement in Trojan sports. Varsity girls soccer team falls short here tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Good night.